Hey everybody, what is going on? HexLex here, got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which means it is once again time for one of our weekly viewer specials. For those of you who are new to the series, this is something we do every single Monday where I showcase games from you all, the viewers, to see what cool decks you've been brewing up and the awesome games that you have been having with them. Super huge thanks to everyone who is submitting every single week. Gotta give a huge shout out to you all. This series could not happen without you all, and I really do like getting just our community a little more involved with the videos themselves. I've always thought that's been fun. That's why this has been our longest running series on the channel. So for the viewer special, if you want to submit games for the viewer special, you're going to want to head down to the description below. Among the links there, which you should definitely check out all of them, but among those links, you're definitely going to want to check out the Discord invite to the HexLexPlex. Under the Master Duel section of our Discord server, there is a channel called Viewer Special Submissions, where you can put the info for your replay. The main bit of information I'm going to need from you is your 9-digit player ID here. Please do make sure you are entering that number correctly, and please make sure that your replays are being publicly saved so I can see them when I enter that number. Those are definitely the two factors that stop people from getting featured the most, or from me being able to see their games. Both actually happened just last week. I had someone who either didn't put in their number correctly, and then another person who didn't save the replay as public. So please make sure you're doing both those things. I do really want to see all your games. Even if I don't feature your duel, I do go through like the whole list every single week. So odds are like 90% chance that I watched it. And there's always the next week as well. So but the other thing too is if you do want to submit multiple replays, that is totally cool. Just make sure that you're leaving enough information that I can specify which individual replays you want me to see, either by leaving your opponent's name and or the date or time of the game. It's also very, very helpful to say, like, leave a little bit of information about the game. Like, it could just be, I played this deck versus this deck. That's extremely helpful. But if you want to go into more detail, that is also extremely helpful. So, all right. Let's go ahead and I think just get started here with watching your replays. Okay, so our first replay is going to come to us from Please Don't Ash, aka BLZ over on the Discord server, who has a very, very cool pile to show us here. They are on a 60-card deck playing Goblin Bikers, Gold Pride, and what else was in there? It was Punk as well, of course. So I am super down to check out this here. First two replays are going first games, or just showing a combo line. The other two, I think you said, were like playing through disruption and stuff. Let's watch the 6-turn game. I feel like that's going to be the most fun one, right? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the Gold Pride stuff I definitely need to try with Goblin Bikers, because I do still have all of my Gold Pride cards. Definitely one of those engines I wanted to hang on to. So we're going second here. We did open Imperm. Looks like our opponent's going to set 2 before passing back over to us. Could be Lab, could be a number of things here. We're going to lead with a Speedroid Terratop, and opponent's got a Royal Max C. Thankfully, we have a Called by the Grave here, so we can just go ahead and put a stop to that. Yeah, I think this hand has a lot of potential to play through back row and disruption in general, hand traps and such, so should get to see a pretty good showing here. Gonna Terratop for the Takaton board, especially the Takaton board, and then overlaying into, I have to imagine this is the Goblin Biker, right? The Big Gabonga! I love it! I love this card's name. I will never get over how funny that is. Alright, we're going to use Doug Charger detaching from the Big Gabonga, grabbing the Grand Entrance here, which we can also activate. We're going to add the Mean Merciless and then Special Summon by detaching the other Gabonga material. Specialing the Clatter Splooter from hand, and now we're going to overlay for another rank 3. This time it's going to be the Xyz Armor Torpedo. So, yeah, when I played this deck pure, I was definitely on the Xyz Armor package. Oh, I have to see your extra deck, by the way. I definitely have to make sure I look through this here. Okay, so we have the Gold Pride Chariot Carry. I need to be playing Gossip Shadow. I can't believe I forgot Gossip Shadow, my other build. Okay, so I was mainly interested to see what all non-Xyz cards were on. So it looks like we are on the minimum to be able to do both Gold Pride and Punk stuff here, which is pretty cool. So an Xyz Armor Fortress going for the full armored Xyz. We're going to set those to summon the Chariot Carry, grabbing the Start Your Engines. Moving to battle phase, Ice Barrier is getting flipped up from our opponent here. That'll drop the Doug Charger attack to 0, and now sending the Guardian Slime. Oh, wow. Alright, now we're battling with everything else here, or at least the Xyz Armor Torpedo before the Guardian Slime is going to summon itself. Carrie's going to try to battle into it, but then we do get to battle over with the Big Gabonga. They do get to add the True Sun God, so it looks like our opponent's probably going to be on some sort of a Raw deck. Setting Start Your Engines, and now I have to imagine this is the... Oh no, it's Cicada King, okay. Oh, because we already have Start Your Engines, so there would be no reason to make the Gold Pride rank 3 here. Alright, the True Sun God's being activated. They're adding another Guardian Slime. And now there goes our whole board for the ball, the Sphere Mode. Yep. I wondered if that was going to happen. Alright, this actually does pose a bit of a problem since our opponent is on an actual Raw deck. If they get this Sphere Mode back, they will just get a 4K attack and defense Raw. Gonna battle with the Doug Charger. They still have some of the Guardian Slime, but thankfully we do get to link off the Sphere Mode with the Doug Charger to go for an SP Little Knight. On top of 5 macros, 5 trap cards face down. That's absurd. And only one of them isn't live either. I'm pretty sure only the Xyz armor, the full armored Xyz rather. Our opponent's going to try to Raigeki, but we can just chain Little Knight. It's a pretty easy dodge there. Although they might have just wanted to get the Little Knight out of the way for whatever reason. Ancient Chant being activated from face down, adding the Raw to hand. Now from here, the Ancient Chant is going to banish itself. We're going to chain Goblin Biker Grand Stampede. That doesn't really do anything here. Also, I guess that's not live, to be fair. I thought that was a different card for some reason. I don't know what I thought it was, but... Alright, so Foxy Tune, we get to use that here with the Madam Spider going for Zayamine. Now we're going for our Punk plays, grabbing the Sharakusai, fusing these into our Rising Carp. The one thing I am curious, and why I'm probably going to end up watching all 4 of these, or the other 3 replays rather, off screen, I'm interested to know how we can pivot from Goblin Bikers to Punk, or if that's really possible. I guess you pretty much always need a tuner to be able to do that, right? I guess the idea here is that Gold Pride is the kind of common bridge between Goblin Bikers and Punk. Well, you use the Gold Prides to get tuners, right? I think I've read about combo lines that utilize that before. But either way, like I said, I'm definitely going to be watching your other replays to get a better idea of how this deck plays, because this is absolutely something I would be very down to try out myself. So thank you. Please don't Ash, aka BLZ. I think this is also your first time submitting, so thank you for submitting a very, very cool deck that I'm very interested in. But yeah, let's go ahead and see our next replay here. Alright, speaking of Goblin Biker variants, Super Dark Aqua has been playing Phantom Knight with Goblin Biker. This is another variant that I have been quite interested in. I think I even alluded to that in my Goblin Biker video. So let's go ahead and check out this game here against Jeremy. And Jeremy's playing Tenpai today. So that's what we're going up against here. Aqua said I've been playing PK Goblins more and getting a better feel for the deck, and it feels good. Still tweaking the list, adding a second Gabonga. Peep the Royal. Ooh, I definitely will peep the Royal here. Oh, look at that. It looks so good. And I feel like the deck has a good game plan versus Tenpai. Hell yeah. So our opponent let us go first here. So we know we're up against Tenpai, which is always a good thing when you can plan for that, right? Leading with a Terratop, just like the last game did as well, which is cool. Going for the big Gabonga, and we do have the Silent Boots as well as the Shade Brigadier in hand, which is quite nice. A lot of potential to go into plays there. So I guess I imagine this probably depends on the hand, but do you always start with Goblin Biker plays in Goblin Biker Phantom Knight, or do you sometimes start with the Phantom Knight plays? Because I could see a world where maybe you do the latter, but... Alright, now we can use the Cherubini with the Shade Brigandine, going for the Rusty Bardish. Got the Bardish F, gonna send off the Ancient Cloak and set the Fog Blade. So good to be able to set that Fog Blade for more disruption on your opponent's turn. Adding Stained Greaves. Going for the Torn Scales F, we can summon the Stained Greaves. Torn Scales pitching the Fog Blade that's in hand to mill the Wing. And then now Boots is going to banish to add the third Fog Blade, so we're going to be able to set 2 of them. That's so good. Alright, we're overlaying for Break Sword. And then we're popping the Break Sword to bring them back as, Oh no, they don't come back as 4s. Oh, I thought they did. Weird. Okay. But we still get to set these 2 and then pass. So, definitely not a bad space to be ending on here. Gonna Feather Duster, which is a little bit unfortunate to hit those Fog Blades. We do get to chain the Grand Pile-Up here. So, Grand Pile-Up is going to, of course, turn our big Gabonga into the Goblin's Crazy Beast. And, Goblin's Crazy Beast has a couple of pretty good effects here, honestly. So, yeah, Lightning Storm is going to try to blow up the board. We can use Crazy Beast to stop that. Goblin Biker, I will say, I definitely recognized this when I was playing the deck pure against Tenpai. It feels like it does not have a bad Tenpai matchup at all. Alright, so we're going to Ash the Hydra, but Samgen Kaiman is going to end up being their last card, which is pretty unlucky for us here. They get to grab the Shundra as we Ash their Hydra. Now they can special the Shundra, but we do also have these Fog Blades in our yard as well. Oh, because now we can Fog Blade. I see. Ah, that's clever. So that's why we did the Break Sword. We set it up as disruption for the opponent's turn. Oh, that's clever. I don't think I've ever even... I've probably seen that now that I think about it, but I've definitely never really done that much when I've played Phantom Knight myself. So, hell yeah, always good to learn something from these the viewer specials here. I mean, that's like what this is all about, right? Aside from just like, you know, giving you all a chance to show off what you're doing here, just being able to learn, I think, is so valuable. Not just like you all learning from each other, but me learning from you all, especially. Like, I feel that in like every game I watch somebody else play, right? I always feel like there's potential to learn and grow, which I think is definitely the name of the game. So yeah, very good stuff. Thank you, Aqua. Super appreciate you. Let's go ahead and see one last game here. Okay, our final game comes to us from Toad Talker, aka Garlic Bread Enjoyer, over on the Discord server, who's got a game playing Paleo versus Sky Striker. Say it's one of those games, and yeah, it certainly looks like one of those games, doesn't it? But I think these games can be quite fun to watch, so... Say you were pleasantly surprised it wasn't Tenpai. I had that happen to me recently where I faced up against a deck that let me go first, and I was like, oh good, Tenpai. And then it was Sky Striker, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a very pleasant little surprise there. So, gonna lead with Reasoning. They called level 10? I don't know a matchup where it'd be right to call level 10 on Reasoning in the current meta pretty much ever. You want to call 1 for Infernoid. But actually against Paleo, you want to call 2. Although here we just hit the backjacks. So I typically call 2 if I think it's Paleo, but calling 1 for Infernoid to hit Decatron is the correct level to call blindly on the Reasoning. So, alright, we said the Griefing and the Paleo. Oh god, I don't remember any of their names. I'm not even... Ole. Paleo Ole. Alright, going for the Hayate here. Yeah, Paleo is a really cool deck. It's one that I would try out if I didn't need to craft, like, so many weird URs. I guess there's not really many in the extra deck for me, but... To be fair, I have also had friends who play Paleo tell me that, like, stuff like Trap Tantalizing Tune is not, like, required to play. Like, you can definitely skip on that one. Cosmic Cyclone on the Paleo card there. It's always unfortunate when the opponent is actually teching, like their tech is actually good against you. Because, like, as always as ever, I really don't think Cosmic Cyclone is a very good card at all in Best of 1. I don't think it's horrible. There are worse cards you could play, but I don't know. I really struggle to think. I don't think there's a deck I would play in Master Duel, where I think it's correct to play Cosmic Cyclone. Maybe this one, maybe Sky Striker would be the closest one, but even then, I think there's much better back row removal you can play. Grass is definitely not a bad draw at all here. Holy. Definitely just going to fire that off. And, ooh, got the mills. Getting them trap card mills. Going to activate the back jack here. Look at the top few cards of our deck. And, yeah, we got a couple of transaction rollbacks. We got the Elemental Burst, a couple of Karma Cannons. It's not a bad little setup we got going on here. Setting the Needlebug Nest. So we're going to chain in response to the multi-roll here. Chain, I said that a little weirdly. Bring back the Paleo Ole. And Mill 5. Alright, they're going to link off Shizuku for Hayate? No, Kagari. Paleo, I think, does have a pretty good, what's it called? Tempai matchup, though, doesn't it? Because you can just, like, roll back for Karma Can or something ridiculous like that. Setting multiple Lost Winds. As well as the Titanicider. Okay, they're getting Afterburners with the Kagari. That's fine. We're going to chain the Fiend Griefing, shuffle back their Ray, and we get to summon the Morella here. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, put back the Ray. Afterburners pops, and pops there. One of the Lost Winds. This is whatever. That's so fun. Alright, here's Hayate. What does Titanicider do again? Target face a monster opponent controls a special from the X-Ray. Change attack to 0 if you do negate the effects. Opponent special to monster from the X-Ray while this card is in your graveyard. Except the turn it was sent there, you can set it. Okay. Alright, so they're going to use the multi-roll to set their engage. We're going to go for the Elemental Burst here during the end phase. That's pretty good. We hit the Solemn. That's also very good. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot right here. Activating the Lost Wind, they're going to chain the Ray. Probably just to chain block our Paleos, right? Because aren't the Paleos Winds? If I recall correctly. Let's see. So I got a little notification there. So they just went for the Kaina and then passed? That's fine. That's so fine. So setting Wabaku pass. I mean, this is really what it comes down to with Paleo, right? Is just being able to set up all this stuff and sit on it all. Whether it's face down or in the graveyard. Okay, so Kagari coming down. Kagari's going to wheel the Engage back to hand, but now we're going to use a Titanicider. They're chaining Mobilize Engage, or Mobilize Linkage, rather. Alright, so Linkage sending off that to go for the Combined Maneuver. Grabbing back the Engage. Also, Combined Maneuver, you don't see this one all the time, but it's a pretty good card. Not really going to do much against us. Since we don't have any monsters for it to destroy, and we have the Wabaku here. Of course, in addition to the Wabaku, we get to bring back our Paleo Ole, which is not going to get destroyed thanks to Wabaku. And yeah, we are good to go to our next turn. Let's see what we got here. Another Evenly. I don't know if Evenly is actually even good at this stage in the game. So we're going to Titanicider their monsters, so that way we can summon our Dynamiscus here. That makes sense. And then I wanted to see... Yeah, they are Winds. Okay, that's what I thought. I meant to look at that a while ago, and I never did. Okay, so... They're going to Ashy Opabenia, but it's unaffected, so that doesn't matter. Going to activate the Morella here, and then we can summon back the... Lean. Paleo Lean. A lot of these I'm just going to call by the first part of their names here. Alright, so... Call buying the Dragon Maid Laundry, that way your tidying doesn't bring it back. That's fine. Okay, so now they're linking Opabinia and Paleoline into, or we are rather, for Sprite Elf. Alright, Elf F, bringing back the Soldier Dragons. Now we can overlay these two for Gigantic. Oh, it has to be Gigantic, right? Yeah, because we used Elf as a material. Alright, battling over their 0 attack monster. They do get to bring back Ray here, but that's fine. And then, oh, is this Zeus? Are we Zeusing them? We are. We're gonna Downward Zeus them. That's so dirty. Well, I wonder if we actually Zeus on the Ray. I mean, I imagine we probably do, right? No, we don't. Okay. Got the Royal Zeus as well. That's a very nice royal to have. I don't know if I mean, it doesn't surprise me to see Paleo making Zeus, but I don't know if I've ever specifically seen a Paleo game where they do make Zeus. And in true lore fashion, we have the Typhon come to take on the Zeus. However, we have a lot of trap cards in our graveyard that can stop this, even if a monster with 3,000 or more attack cannot. Their Typhon is, of course, negated. Don't know why they're bothering to detach or... Yeah, I was going to say battle here, but... Yeah, and that's going to stay at 0 attack, too, which is pretty nice for us. So we simply throw the Zeus into attack mode, battle over their Typhon. Now they're down to 900 to our 875, which is pretty funny. And going for the Gen. Again, put Ken on our field. Ken F. I saw that floodgate there. That was there can be only one. That was Tickboo. Alright, going for the Almirage. Also, Gen and Ken and Sky Striker is interesting. For the thrust, though, that makes sense. Alright, they're popping off here. They're doing something. They're going for the SP Little Knight. We're just going to chain to that. That's pretty easy. And then we, I was going to say we could chain to the SP if we wanted to, or we could just get it back. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so set 2, say go. We're going to transaction roll back for that Elemental Burst again. It's so funny. And then now we can just battle for game. Oh. A true Paleo bout. It's so rare that you see a Paleo game, like, where the opponent actually gets reduced to 0 life points. Because usually people concede way before that, but... Hell yeah, thanks very much for showing us. That was quite the Paleo game. Paleo versus Sky Striker. A very interesting matchup. But yeah, thanks as always everyone, again, who submitted games. Like I said, even if you didn't get featured, just submitting games is what keeps the series going. And there is always the next week as well. So, and the week after that, and the one after that. So, but yeah, that'll go ahead and do it for now. Let's just move to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's, again, free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up, and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out. But more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.